I will abstain from rating myself.
You're gonna abstain?
I won't rate
Why?
myself.
Or you could just engage with the conversation and just answer the question.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rate myself. I think it's a worldly question, and I agree that it's kind of putting me back in a place where I was beforehand. And
What place was that?
Like before Christ, when I was, doing, work like OnlyFans, and everything was about my looks and attractiveness and all those things. So, yeah, I'll abstain. Thank you.
Okay, so you don't care about looks at all in a partner? Because you refused, are you abstaining because you haven't answered the question but you don't want to share it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, so, well, why would you? So you do have a self-assessment?
Yes, I do.
Oh. Well, why not just share it then?
Because I don't want to.
Okay. Do you care about looks in the partner?
I will abstain from answering.
Bro, you've asked to come on a dating podcast. Why would you abstain from answering such a basic question?
I'd be happy to answer like other questions I'm comfortable with. But
Why would you be uncomfortable answering if you care about physical appearance in a partner? I don't understand at all. I'll give you if you don't want to rate yourself, that's fine, but you can't even state whether you care about physical attractiveness or not?
Yeah, I just would rather not answer the question. I think there's been some other women on here who abstain to answer as well for their personal reasons, and I have mine.
Well, I don't know of one who has abstained from answering whether or not they have a preference of being physically attracted to somebody else. I'm not sure I've ever heard that abstain from.
Never heard it.
Like Brian says, it seems perfectly reasonable if you want to abstain from answering that question about yourself. But I can't actually figure out a single reason why you'd want to abstain from answering whether or not physical attraction is something which is important to you or not important to you in a relationship. That makes no sense to me.
Ditto. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I'll give my reason for that, which is that, I'm here to be an ambassador of Christ, and I don't think I have it, all in terms of, like, I'm not a perfect person, and I want to make sure that I'm not displaying anything incorrectly. So anything that I don't know, in terms of, whether this is a good way to...
We're not asking you if
this
you're
is
a
a good
perfect
way...
person, and we're not saying that Christians believe that they're perfect people. That's absurd. Just asking you, like this. Do you like pickles on your hamburger?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Why are you able to answer that question, but not whether or not physical attractiveness is important to you? I don't understand.
Because pickles in a hamburger that's food, and we're talking about people.
Come on.
And
Yeah, I know. Well, we're just talking about preferences.
I want to be very
That's
careful
it.
because, I think things like physical attractiveness matters in this world, it in negative ways and positive ways, and I just want to make sure that I'm not answering really like any questions that might
be. Hang on, but I don't understand. It's just a preference answer. We're just asking for a preference. Do you have a preference where, in other words, do you have any kind of preference at all in the opposite sex for attractiveness if you were going to date them or marry them or something like this? That is not even a worldly answer. That just seems like it's common sense.
Yeah, so I do. I have an answer to this question, but I don't mind giving this answer to people close to me. That's not on live stream. I'm even more inclined to not answer because I feel there's a lot of pushback for me just not wanting to answer a question because it's.
Well,
not
it sounds very prideful.
It's not.
From my perspective, it sounds like you're being very prideful and doing everything that you can in order to piety signal from a basic question like this. And now that you understand that it's absurd that you're not answering, the pride is that you're doubling down. So maybe just why not just not be so prideful and just say, hey, of course I have some kind of physical preference for a person I would date. That seems totally reasonable. I don't even know how that could hurt a single soul on planet Earth for you to say that. I honestly can't.
Yeah, so you're accusing me of a very serious sin.
No. Actually
and
address his question.
Yeah. Well, no, I want to address what he said, which is that, you're saying that I'm very prideful, and
No, I'm saying you're being very prideful right now.
Okay.
Brian's Roth donated $100. These are the most surface level beginner questions too. Don't tell us you're going to refrain from answering this, but later tell us your favorite sex position is upside down pile driver.
I'm not saying you're a prideful person. I'm not making any such accusation at all. I'm just saying that right now it seems like the only reason you're being resistant to this, to just answering this basic question, is because you understand now that it's kind of absurd that you won't, and you're doubling down.
That's
and I don't know
incorrect.
what pride is other than that, unless you can give me an actual reason, a foundational reason,
incorrect.
either biblical
Yeah.
or non-biblical, even from a secular prism. I'll accept that. For why it would possibly be that you would say that you do or don't have preferences when it comes to physical attractiveness in a relationship. That just seems absurd to me.
Costines donated $107. OMG, the non-answer is so annoying. Brian, Andrew, please help. Good night. Married guy out.
Hey, man.
Good night,
thank you.
married guy.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
man.
night.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate it. You two on this question have ate up like 30 minutes of the show. You could just I don't know in what scenario someone who's religious, someone who's secular would ever judge you for saying that for you that you care about someone's physical appearance, because you have an answer to it. You said you had an answer to it. You just don't want to reveal it on the podcast.
Okay, so sorry, what did you okay, so I feel very uncomfortable with the fact that you guys are really pushing me to answer a question I've already said that I'm not comfortable answering. There's just some questions.
Well, I'm sorry that your comfort level is put in the realm of discomfort, but I'm not here to make you comfortable. That's not what my purpose
Andrew, I
is.
do
My purpose
apologize,
instead is to
but-
dive into your worldview and figure out if what's going on up there as far as an interpersonal, how you view interpersonal relationships. That's the point of the podcast, not to make you comfortable. So the question still remains. I don't actually understand why you won't answer the question, and I wish that you would give us a reason for that.
I already gave my reason for that, and
Because I don't want to.
I think you're trying to
What's your reason?
pry a reason out
Grid
of
One
us.
Motorsports donated $100. You can be honest, you were not expecting the smoke, and you do not want any more. I will be nice if you are going to be genuine. Do not worry, the patriarchy is here for you, and values your existence.
We have another one coming in just a moment, so I'm going to preempt it. It should be here in just a few seconds. It might get, it might not actually read.
Loose Pussy Energy donated $100. Fucking cap. These religious nut job 304s cannot stop capping. Get the fuck out with that bullshit. Answer or get the fuck out. Time to Frank Castle. This is Sparta. Hashtag get the rocks. Hashtag free Nick number 8 at 18.
So do you want to give, we're not going to push back really any further, but do you at least kind of want to explain your refusal, like why you're refusing to answer a fairly basic question?
I already answered the question earlier, and anytime I speak, Andrew, is interrupting me, so I can't even get out an answer.
Okay, so I'll just.
So I will, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not comfortable answering the questions. I will not answer further.
Can you tell us? That's fine if you don't want to answer the question, but can you tell us why?
I want to make sure that the questions I'm answering are glorifying to God, and if there's any doubt in my mind that is not glorifying to God, I will abstain from answering.
Okay.
That is my answer, and I explained this earlier, but I think that in some sense, Andrew was trying to squeeze out another answer from me, and I'm not gonna give any other answer than that.
Okay. You're not going to give any answers that are not glorified.
I just want to note I didn't interrupt you. I'll let you give your entire answer, right? For why you won't give an answer.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh my God.
Oh my
I just
God.
want to let you know I didn't interrupt you.
Go ahead.
I gave
Go
you
ahead.
all the chance in the world to give your answer just now, and I didn't say a word.
Go
I
ahead.
think I'm a solid 5.
Okay.
There.